Okay, so what if you could do more than just, attract abundance? What if you could actually force it into your life? That's what we're diving into today. 5 very specific daily habits designed to do exactly that.
So let's just kick things off with a pretty provocative question, right? Can you force wealth into your life? I mean, we always hear about passively attracting it, but what if you could take a much more commanding role? What if you could actually make it show up every single day?
And look, force abundance to flow daily, that's not just some catchy phrase. It's really the core of a powerful mindset. The idea is that you can create a daily flow of wealth instead of just, sitting around waiting for it.
So this whole framework has a name, alchemy's success, and it's a great name when you think about it. The ancient alchemists, they wanted to turn lead into gold. Well, this is kind of the modern version of that. It's all about transforming a limiting mindset into real, tangible financial results.
Okay, so what exactly is alchemy success? At its heart, it's the art of turning thoughts into things. To be more specific, it's a really disciplined practice of turning your focused attention into actual, tangible abundance. So think of it less like magic and more like, mental mechanics.
And honestly, it all kicks off with this really fundamental shift. You've got the scarcity mindset over here, right? There's never enough, I always miss out. And then you have the abundance mindset over here. Value is everywhere, I create my own wins. Getting from one side to the other, that's the foundation for everything we're about to talk about.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Habit number 1, the winning mindset. This one is all about engineering small, daily victories to start building some serious momentum.
Now, here's what's so cool about this. Your brain, for the most part, doesn't really know the difference between the thrill of a huge win and a small one. So the goal here is to build up momentum by creating a pattern of success, and you start with these small, low-stakes contests. It creates this amazing psychological feedback loop where winning just leads to more winning.
And the process for doing this, it's actually super simple and repeatable. First, you find these little contests. Then, you enter them with the clear intention of winning. This isn't just for fun, right? And then you genuinely celebrate every single win. You're literally training your brain to see itself as a winner. It's like a workout for your winning muscle.
Okay, next up, habit number 2. We are going to retrain our eyes. This habit is all about learning to see the world not just for what's on the surface, but for all the potential value it's hiding.
And this goes way beyond just being frugal. It's a complete perception shift. You're literally training your focus to spot hidden value and savings opportunities everywhere you look. It kind of turns everyday life into this fun personal treasure hunt.
Adopting a personal mantra like "my world is filled with amazing deals" is a really powerful tool. It's called cognitive reframing. When that thought becomes your default setting, you just start spotting deals automatically. You're basically programming your brain to filter the world for value, and that makes finding a bargain an exciting game instead of some boring chore.
Okay, so we've trained our winning instinct, we've trained our value-spotting eye, so what's next? Habit 3 is all about turning your mind into an absolute idea-generating machine.
The whole key here is to make a shift, right? To go from being a passive consumer to an active creator of financial ideas. Your goal is to get your mind so jam-packed with money-making ideas that it just becomes a fertile ground for creating wealth.
A great way to start is just by keeping a running list. Challenge yourself. Add 1 or 2 new ideas every single day. And look, they don't have to be billion-dollar startup ideas, okay? The whole point of the exercise is just to build that mental muscle for generating ideas. All right, habit number 4. This one is subtle, but man, is it powerful. It kind of ties all the previous ones together with a really profound psychological shift.
See, after you've been practicing those first 3 habits for a while, you're not just hoping to win that raffle or spot that deal anymore. You actually start to expect it. It's a classic example of the Pygmalion effect. Our own expectations can literally shape our reality. You start to see winning not as some lucky break, but as the natural outcome of your trained focus.
And that brings us to our final habit, number 5, create the flow. This is where we look at how these habits don't just exist on their own. They combine into something way bigger than the sum of their parts, a powerful, self-sustaining system.
And this, right here, is the real alchemy. These habits aren't just isolated tricks. They all work together. The daily practice of seeing value, coming up with ideas, and winning those small contests, it builds a powerful momentum. And that momentum, combined with your new expectation of success, starts to attract bigger and better opportunities into your life.
Think of it like an abundance flywheel. Your small wins, they fuel a positive expectation. That expectation opens your eyes to new opportunities. Acting on those opportunities leads to more wins, which can be big or small. Each part just feeds the next, creating this amazing, powerful upward spiral.
So, what does this all boil down to? It means that by consciously managing these small, daily inputs, your thoughts, your focus, your actions, you are actively creating a totally new and more abundant financial reality. This is your personal alchemy. You become the alchemist of your own life. So there you have it. That's the formula. But the alchemy only really begins when you take action. So the real question I have for you is, what small win are you going to create for yourself today? How are you going to get that flywheel started?